everybody. Clearing. Okay, so today I'm going to do a little bit of a pick-a-pile to begin with. Get my paper for my timestamps. Okay, so I'm going to do, again, if you're blocked, if you're in no contact, but there's no kind of blockage, it's just tapered off. If you're in minimal communication, or if you're in fairly regular communication, I'm going to do those piles. So first off, let's get a look at the energy with those of my viewers who are blocked specifically. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for my viewers who might be blocked by their counterpart at this time? Viewer on the left, counterpart on the right, connective energy, and energy in the near future coming up, so the next couple of months. Okay, my viewer, the connection, my viewer's person, and the energy going forward. So if you're blocked, we have the Sun card. Going into the future, this means the most positive reassurance you can get that it's not going to be a bad thing going forward. In the connection, we have Seeker of Flames. This is laying down all the burden that stops people from being free spirits. So if you've been blocked, this is good news, because this means you're going to move through it and you're going to use this opportunity to basically have a glow up and be better than ever from this. Your person who may have blocked you is just trying to get rid of the overwhelm and the intensity in their life and get back to being able to be spontaneous, have their life under their command, so to speak. So if they have had financial troubles or career troubles or karmic partner troubles or low vibrational thinking paradigms that haven't been serving, they're giving it all at the altar and allowing this to be burned away, taken away, spiritually transmuted into this brand new day coming up for them. So whatever this is, it's a rite of passage. They've said enough is what I'm getting for that. For the counterparts here, we literally get divine masculine energy behind all of this. So if they've blocked you, they are finding a way to keep tabs on you. They are even just energetically curious what you're up to. They're feeling into you. I just heard they could be having dreams. They're talking to you in the 5D telepathically. They still feel your connection even though they've blocked. This is true. So the Page of Orbs and the Ace of Orbs. The Ace of Orbs is the sword that the page wields when they are looking at the truth here. So this person knows that your connection holds truth, that it's not a heavy, burdensome connection. We've got this playful dolphin, and they are balancing out in the physical so they can come in to return and bring much more mastery to do this justice. So the King of Wands is the Knight of Wands that grows into the monogamous, empowered, shamanic, spiritually embodied king. There's that sun rising. So this is the new dawn coming for this connection. If you've been blocked, your person is balancing out so they can embody their higher truth and do this connection justice. What do we have for the viewer? Bravery, coming up against all of these shadow illusions, all of these naysaying things that would say that, I guess all of this would be taking the blocking personally, taking the circumstances personally. This can also be you getting down to business, holding your truth, going through this brave transition right now, empowered, knowing what you know, trusting your soul, doing the things that you're guided to do right now. Oh my gosh. And I just saw surrendering to this union within. 1111. Wake up call energy here. So in the name of this internal balance, you are bravely going through this rite of passage and seeing yourself as completely capable on your own, without taking the blocking personally, without taking what's going on in a warring way. This is a completely spiritual new way of looking at your person and at people's actions in general, because they are not doing this against you. They are truly doing this because they need to come into their own balance. They need to end the burden in their life, and you're sensing that, pile 1. So let's see if this person is talking to friends and family about your connection. Friends, family, a friend, anybody. Is there anything we can see? Is this person talking to others? Knight of Swords in the reverse and Two of Swords, no. So 2 cards. Knight of Swords in the reverse is not talking, and Two of Swords is the blockage card. So they're not talking to anybody right now about this connection. Let's get a little bit more. What would they say to others if they did? They're not, though. We got 2 very, very strong cards of communication. I did just see 555 a minute ago, so that means changes. So things are going to change here, but what are they thinking in this silence? Page of Cups that fell on the Page of Cups here for you, Divine Feminine, my viewer. So they're surrendering to it. Self-love. The Page of Cups is here to say everybody is just allowing it to be what it is, and there's grace. There's this sweetness, even though it's intense, or you could interpret it that way. There is a general sense of progress coming, of the most profound enlightenment on its way, and really beautiful surrendered energy. I get for this pile, you're not chasing, you're not trying to make this person come out of the silence, and they are really appreciative of that, pile 1. Okay, an energetic support card. What can we see for pile 1? How can pile 1 look at this person in the highest right now, and their own path? I do get Temple of Eventual Destinies looking at me on the bottom of the deck. Benevolence, spiritual progression, enlightenment. Exactly. We literally get spiritual progression and enlightenment, and a confirmation that this is part of the destined path. So even being blocked, this is a beautiful connection. It's a wake-up call for you, viewer, to not take anything personally and just to see with compassion this person and what they're going through right now. Chamber of Inspiration, bliss, aspiration, and realization. So this is your chance to really realize your bliss, your aspirations, and focus. This is a grace period for you, pile 1, to get things done that you need to get on with your life. Joy, playfulness, and pleasure. This is your green light to, not worry about it. Don't sweat the small stuff I just saw or just heard. Take this opportunity to prepare for what comes next. Good things coming in. This person is going through consciousness, beginning, and faith. This is 0 point. So this person is getting rid of everything that no longer serves, literally putting it all at the altar. All the beliefs, all of the situations, all the duty, all the things that don't feel good to this person, they're putting it all down. Authenticity, uniqueness, integration. This is so they can be more themselves. This is your opportunity to do the same. So find your authenticity, celebrate your uniqueness, and integrate right now. Integrate who you are into everything that you do. And we get union. Again, clarity, knowledge, channeling, and unification. This is a very high frequency card. This is the clarity coming in, and I believe that's why you're so surrendered in unity consciousness here, Divine Feminine. It's because you have this clarity, knowledge. You are channeling a higher interpretation of this, and it's allowing for you to see union is here. You are in energetic union. When you're balanced in yourself, you don't take anything personally, and this is your opportunity to see yourself as whole and worthy and brave and on path. Okay, so that's awesome. 9:48. So no communication but not blocked is the next one that we're going to do here. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information for my viewer and their counterparts. No communication. Communication has dropped off at this time. What can we see for this connection? My viewer on the left, counterpart on the right, connective energy and energy going into the future. What is the status of this connection? What can we see? Beautiful. Okay. So we are getting abundance, empress energy in the connection space. So both are right now focused diligently on creating this new life, this new abundance. Your counterpart right now has the Lovers. So they are a firm believer in the higher love. They have seen the direct correlation between this connection and their abundance coming in. So they can see that goes hand in hand. You've made them a believer in all things impossible, and that is giving way to their abundance. Divine Feminines watching this, we have the seal of Metatron here and progress. These are things that you're looking at in the past in this connection right now that are showing you your ability to rise up in abundance out of your over emotionality, balancing out your expectations and attachments, taking care of your own emotional equilibrium, bringing you out of drama, bringing you out of worry, bringing you out of choppy water. And going forward, there's a truth going to be revealed in these connections. So let's see. I want to see what that truth is going to be, actually. Let's do the Starseed Oracle. So thank you, Divine Creator. What is the truth that Pile 1's person is going to see? Exaltation, brilliance, triumph, and victory. Metatron star. So your person, Pile 2... I said Pile 1, sorry, is going to see how this connection is a victory. How you are a victory, how you are having victory and triumph over any kind of clouded thinking, any kind of stress. They're seeing you create the miraculous. They're seeing you. They're becoming a believer in extra-dimensional navigation. They are really seeing you as somebody who pulls off the impossible, who changes things around, who just doesn't take reality for an answer. You are someone who makes miracles happen. What is the playful truth that my viewer can know about the connection they are in going forward that is in minimal or no communication? Merkaba Matrix, light body expansion, illuminated presence. Yeah, you're going to be seeing yourself as more whole, more expanded, more radiant going forward. You're going to be getting certain people appreciating you in a new way. I'm seeing new friend groups and new collaborations, new networking. You're going into a new sphere of influence and a new social circle I'm seeing here. As you kind of bring yourself out of certain frequencies, you're going towards a more stable group of souls that you'll be traveling with. Okay, let's see, Pile 2, if your person in this period of no contact or very little to none, if they are talking to friends and family about you, let's see. Is Pile 2's person talking to friends and family about this connection at this time? 8 of Swords. Yeah, they're beginning to open up. They are beginning to open up. They're taking the limitations out of their own mind, and they are starting to talk a little bit more idyllically. So the Lovers is the higher love card. So they might be philosophizing about higher love, about the ideas that this connection has inspired in them, about certain things that they have experienced in this connection. They might not be name dropping. They might not be giving exact examples, but they are talking to certain people. So let's see, what are they talking about? What theme? What information might they be sharing? What is it we can see for pile 2's person? What are they saying to friends, family, a friend, a family member? What can we see here? Nothing's really coming out. So they're being very, very selective. Okay, there we go. Something. We are getting the Hermit and Knight of Wands. So they're starting to talk about the nature of sexual chemistry. They're starting to talk about how you either feel it with someone or not. It's not something that you can make, and they're in hermit mode. So they may have taken, I heard, a leave of abstinence from sexual connections, or they might be saying that if they are connecting with lovers or playing the field right now, that it's kind of lackluster. They want to take a break from it. They don't want same old, same old. They don't want weak connections. And then we get the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, which is a card of codependency. So they're starting to see that spreading their energy too thin is not working for them right now. Yeah, they're taking a step back from engaging in scenarios that are leaving them feeling not at a king and queen level. They're at this knight level, this player level. So yeah, they're really taking a step back from other energies at this time. I'm not getting the sense that they're saying directly that it's because of you. They might just be saying that they need to do some soul searching or a little bit more balancing at this time. Okay, pile 3. What can we get? So minimal contact, pile 3. Thank you, a divine creator, for using me as a channel. Only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for pile 3 regarding their person in minimal communication? What can we see for how this couple is relating to each other, this duo? My viewer on the left, their person on the right, connective energies in the middle, and what's coming up next for them. So minimal communication at this time. We get the High Priestess. So there is a bit of a pause. Things are balancing out. Person in pile 3 may be leaving third-party situations right now, might also appear to be walking away from this connection. So they may have asked for space, said we should just be friends right now, one or the other of those things, or keeping it kind of in check at this point, not wanting to screw it up, I just heard, but also not wanting to take action. And then the Strength card coming up into the future, which is really balancing out and overcoming devil energies. So whatever the illusions or devil energies are here, there's a new level of clearing it. We do have walking away from possible third-party situation or anything that drains the energy. And then for my viewer, we have the Karma card, which is the Judgment card. So, and this Foundation, Knight of Pentacles. So there is some loyalty and perseverance here, but there is some karma cleanup for pile 3. So that can be anything from legal matters, finances, karmic partners, interpersonal relationships with colleagues, family members, friends. So if you've got anything that's coming up right now that feels like a distraction, pile 3, you are being asked to devote your whole heart to balancing that out, because what you do for self and your constellation benefits your union. You learn the skills in how to create closeness, intimacy, and heal imbalances, and you move through so many of the understandings of these karmic patterns, so you'll never recreate those again. So right now, if it feels like it's pulling you away from your counterpart, don't worry. You're exactly where you're meant to be to finalize whatever the karma is that you need to once and for all. And it is a foundational motion towards this connection. But right now, your person may have friend-zoned you or taken space. Even they wouldn't necessarily know that you've got this sincere work to do on your side of the connection at this time. They may not know that consciously, but they can feel it. And so there is this sort of mercy, humility, compassion, non-action, being still and knowing, and then moving into the strength here. So let's see what we can for my viewer. How can my viewer best benefit from this time? Spine of fire, true self, passion, motivation, and purpose. Once you clean up this karma and see these karmic patterns, they help your purpose in the world, because you are no longer triggerable. You're no longer in that petty drama cycle. When you're taking care of your own energy, when you're in alignment with everything in your life, and you let go of your karma, you clean up. That means legal matters, divorces, financial matters, division of assets, custody things, healing your relationship with your children, with your parents, with your exes. If that is applicable, there's all that investment in your future here right now. It can be transitioning jobs, it can be moving, anything you need to do to better your sovereign, independent life that is more in alignment with who you really are. That's what you're meant to be focusing on right now. And light body activator, luminosity, empowerment, and forward motion. So if your counterpart has taken space recently, it really is so that you can tap into your sovereign forward motion and empower yourself so you can see your capacity and your resilience and your strength. Your person is actually having a great deal of strength to walk away, to focus on their things right now, is what I'm getting. They might even feel confused as to why they need to go on a pilgrimage right now. Maybe they can't even put their finger on it, but we can see, viewer, that you have a whole lot of stuff. I just saw 2211. And the strength for both of you. It's taking a lot of strength and empowerment for both to be doing what you're needing to do right now. 2222. So let's see, pile 3. Is your person talking to friends and family about the connection, about you right now? Wow, Knight of Wands and the Hermit. I literally just got these cards for pile 2. So this is very collective. So yeah, they're talking about they just want to be in hermit mode right now. They aren't necessarily stoked about the casual connections or connections that they've had romantically or sexually lately. They're really wanting to withdraw right now. They may, for some in this pile, be hermiting away with another lover or something, but they're really looking at the contrast of that connection and your connection at this time. So if this pile, if you have third party, if your person has third party energy, they are trying to simplify right now. They actually, what I'm getting, 2323, is that they may think that they are confused about why things aren't feeling more magnetic between the two of you right now. They might be feeling like there's a little bit of a neutralizing of your connection, but I'm getting it so that they can see something coming up. So yeah, they are kind of not really talking. Some might be talking minimally right now. Some might not be talking at all. So they are in hermit mode. They are kind of being Knight of Wands, so they're looking for their passion. They could be just cutting out some casual lovers or spending time with primary partners at this time. But what are they saying? Let's see if they are spending time with a partner, a karmic partner or a lover, what they might be saying with that to that lover specifically at this time. So they are not talking about your connection with the lover at this time, but they are talking about dynamics and progress. So they're throwing it out there that the connection that they feel with that lover is on and off, hot and cold, and that they don't know how to make progress, but they are desiring something to change. This is the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords, and it fell out onto your side, viewer. So your person is heavily influenced by this secret connection that they have, or this connection that not everybody is aware of. I'm getting that most people aren't aware of your connection, and secretly they're talking with this other counterpart about dynamics and the nature of relationships, but not totally disclosing that they have you as a thought when they're talking about these things. So I think they're feeling into what that person would say. It's almost like they're doing market research for your connection, or they're testing to see if that person is going to have the depth that you have, viewer. Okay, so for those who are not talking to a lover or a primary partner, they don't have one of those on their side, what are these counterparts saying to friends and family if they are talking to more platonic connections, friends, family, co-workers? Three of Cups. So yeah, they're telling these friends and families that they're wanting to streamline their energy, and it's kind of in keeping with the Hermit. For those who do have friends and family that know about your connection and maybe some other relationship that they've had or are in the process of leaving right now, they are telling people that they're doing that they are deciding that they're not wanting to carry on with both relationships at this time. So they're kind of talking it out and asking for advice, but not really. It's like they're just saying how it is. They're open to people saying something in return. After all, whoever they're talking to, they trust quite a bit, or they would not be in the inner knowing of what's going on with third-party situations. So it's not like they're wanting these people to make their decisions for them, but they do value these trusted confidants. Okay, 2733. We're gonna do those of my viewers who are in quite a bit of communication, possibly looking for what to do next in the connections, streamlining. What is the energy between the two that are in a lot of communication at this time? Possibly in union. This can be actively dating, lovers living together. Ooh, I just heard those who are engaged. So what can we see for pile 4? A lot of communication going on. What can we see with this pile? Viewer on the right, on the left, counterpart on the right. Wow, literally engagement. We got divine timing about the big date, about marriage and all of that there. That's amazing. Counterpart, I felt to bring those out as well. So yeah, wow, we get as above, so below. We do get this justice scales, cosmic divine justice, and 6 of crystals. So this is really into the future. We're seeing for this pairing, we're seeing more instruction coming in, more divine guidance coming in to balance out as above, so below. And then we also have living together. This is a wife card, and then some anxiety. I'm actually going to pull on that anxiety to see what that is, because there's this underlying anxiety. Well, we do have karma cleanup still in the connection space, so that can be whatever has been keeping these connections that have quite a bit of planning and active, like, initial stages of blending lives together. There seems to be still some anxiety going on. I think it has to do with the divine masculines and the destined path, and really still needing to come into the awareness of what their purpose is going forward, how to take their life or their destiny to the next level. And then for you, viewer, there is this divine timing with marriage, union, next level stuff. So let's get a energetic support for my viewer. What can we see for pile number 4 regarding what we're seeing here? What is the advice? Seeing the Ascension, Blue Star of Hope, Ascension, surrender, purification. So surrendering completely to divine timing right now, trusting this union energy is here, that it's moving in the right direction, but that certain things need to be released. And we're seeing that with this 5 of Wands, which is the karma being released, seen for what it is, so it can be released. I'm getting the sense that whatever this karmic release is, it is affecting the divine masculine, and it's been the reason they've been playing small or holding back, not being on their life purpose, and it might also be this cause of anxiety here. And then we get divinity, honor, responsibility, and humility. So there is a sense of just sort of recognizing the magnitude and what is being seen in this connection, that it is moving towards such a beautiful level of balance and wholeness and comfort, but that there are still some things that are not fully streamlined. Purpose hasn't been fully reached. Timing is a little bit out of sync. There's a little bit more patience. I said the P word, and surrender to the motion of all of this. Karma and divine timing, karma cleanup and divine timing don't always work when we feel like we're ready. Sometimes the free will of a lot of other individuals are at play. So it can really be a labor of love, that we have to be patient and wait for the divine plan to work out, so that it's proper timing for certain things. So timing may be a bit of an uncertainty here, when certain karmic things will streamline or play out, and it might feel like you're at the mercy of divine timing. So we do see divine timing and justice coming in the near future, but not right at this time. So let's see, what in pile 4 are the divine masculines talking to anybody right now about this connection? Are the divine masculines in pile 4 communicating to anybody right now about this connection? So strength in the inverse, Knight of Cups. So yeah, there is some communication. Knights are communication. We also get the World and the Ace of Wands. So that's a card of passion and purpose. So divine masculines, some of the divine masculines in this pile might be traveling, and they might actually be networking and talking with business colleagues or potential business associates, new networks. I'm hearing entrepreneurs are getting out amongst it and starting to connect with a new demographic. They're starting to empower themselves out into the world. So they might be looking actively for new jobs at this time. But then we also get this sort of wears their heart on their sleeve humility. It's like they're just going to show the world how sweet and genuine and unique they are, and trust that that's going to sort of be their spiritual reputation that precedes them. It's like they're just weeding out the phonies from the legit connections by just being unapologetically who they are and trying that out for once. They're just kind of going out there and winging it, I'm getting. And that those who don't like it, they're just easily releasing the people that really don't resonate or get them. So yeah, they are talking to people, but it's more like they are talking to casual acquaintances or people that they could take or leave at this point. So it's not really like they're having major philosophical conversations with confidants and that. They're just really, this connection gives them a backbone to get out there and show the world what they're made of, but also that they really don't have anything to lose, because they do feel quite a affinity with you. They're coming into their own. They're quite empowered. So what are they saying to these other people out in the world that they're coming in contact with? 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're keeping some of their innovations to themselves, but it is a work motion. So it's a lot of networking for this future purpose, this next level stuff. And 7 of Cups. Yeah, they're keeping their options open regarding work, regarding what might transpire about the direction that they're going in. They have a lot of options and they're looking for the really good ones. I'm seeing Pisces energy here, so that can be into February, March, that these changes, this direction is going to be seen a little bit more clearly here. So yeah, for pile 4, it's more of an activation of purpose and mission a little bit more for these counterparts. And yeah, right on track for union energies, pile 4. Okay, now 3611. Let's get into a collective masculine reading. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the Divine Masculines? What are they thinking about these connections? What are they feeling on the heart space for their counterpart? What are they wishing at this time? What action are they taking? What is the challenge for the Divine Masculine collective at this time? What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? And where are the energies going in the near future? Cool. And 3. Okay, on their conscious mind. Here is that anxiety again. So we just saw some anxiety in pile 4, but there is some collective anxiety right now about deciding what to do at this point. Major decisions needing to happen, some legal matters, some judgment calls, some financial decisions. There's some anxiety going on regarding this. What do Divine Feminines need to know? It's about this purpose and work. So I actually just got a couple of these cards in pile 4. So the cutting edge for the masculines coming into being authorities in their skill set, with regard to their work. It's like they feel like they're making or breaking something to do with their purpose, their contribution into the world, their highest truth. They're needing to make some big decisions right now. I'm actually going to pull some advice for Divine Masculines in this position. So, Divine Masculines, what can we get for advice for these difficult decisions that the masculines are needing to make right now to end anxiety? What can we see? It's like Divine Masculines, you're being asked to tap into resources within your core that you haven't really seen. You're moving, adulting I just heard, but you're moving into a generational rite of passage where it's not the old boys club anymore. You're getting into leadership in a new way. You're starting to see your influence in the world in a very predominant way, or begin to feel like you are on track to bring that to the world. So what can we see for advice for the Divine Masculines that are starting to see that they're about to emerge? Yeah, Empress. goes hand in hand with Divine Feminine, but this is also the card of abundance. And so Divine Masculines are really wanting to have legacy, abundance, energetic abundance, not just financial. They want emotional balance as well, from what I can see there. They want to, it's like they're trying to logic their way into abundance, and so it's a bit elusive right here. They're needing to drop more into their truth, more into their heart. So Divine Masculines, it's not just an analytical decision. Anxiety is there when our emotions are trying to tell us that we are not, we're in too much attachment or conditionality. So there's some legalistic, very definitive way that you're looking at this connection. I think what I'm getting is Divine Masculines are feeling torn between pursuing these connections, the Empress, and whatever they still need to do to tap into their abundance and specialize in the things that they're here to bring to the world, that will bring in their financial abundance at the same time. So yeah, it feels like there seems to be a tug of war going on with Divine Masculines regarding what they think they should be doing right now. There's no right and wrong, Divine Masculines. So drop into your heart for these answers. Drop in, your heart already knows what you're meant to be doing right now. So get out of the anxiety by not only thinking of logical, practical things, but what does your heart say? Does your heart say not to communicate with your feminine? Does your heart say that you're meant to be bringing a certain offering to the world, or something that really you know you're good at? Are you meant to be doing a little bit more of that and not being in as much fear regarding that? Yeah. What are Divine Masculines feeling on the heart space for their Divine Feminine? We get kind of an Alice in Wonderland, and I'm getting the Three of Cups. I haven't used this deck or pulled this card before, but this can be third party. And with Alice in Wonderland, what is big is small and small is big. So there's this contrast of the third party situation. Divine, that can be another person, but it can also be expectations about love. It can be things that Divine Masculines were saying were deal breakers, and things that were stopping them from coming forward in these relationships. They're now surrendering to the heart. So on the mind space, they've got this very analytical approach to, you know, holding these connections at bay, staying in their truth and holding their own as they look for this purpose. But at the same time, on the heart space, a lot of the things that they have been telling themselves that keep them from exploring these connections really deeply, those are becoming less and less factors. Here's the Eight of Cups. This is walking away. So they're starting to see you walk away. All these cups. We've got, what, 12 cups here. So Divine Masculines are seeing you, Divine Feminine, kind of walking away. And so they're not so apt to think that the things that were causing them to hold back regarding these connections are as valid as they used to be. It's kind of like the pressure is on a bit. The Three of Cups here in the Eight of Cups is usually Divine Feminines just sort of, you know, getting fed up with how long it's taking the masculines to make a decision here. The Divine Feminines are moving the energy either directly or indirectly by taking care of what they need to do on their side of the energy, and that is causing the Divine Masculines to say, wait a second, I heard F it too. I'm just gonna love myself and do what feels right. So what can we see for the Divine Masculines? Another card of advice here regarding this very surreal time where, oh, here's the King of Swords for the second time. So they are trying to make decisions about whether they should come forward at this point whether they should have tea with the Empress and communicate about some of the things that they have been withholding, about why they haven't been spending more time or acknowledging the connection as frequently or as deeply, admitting the love. Yeah, they are thinking about hitting you up for tea, Divine Feminines. They're feeling safer to do that, but they also feel like you've kind of let go and you're in more of non-attachment energy here. They think they can have a more level conversation at this point because it feels a little less definitive and a little bit more accommodating. They don't feel like you're going to trap them like they may have felt in the past with this connection or with more karmic connections. What are they wishing for this connection at this time? Wow, so yeah, they're wishing for burden to end and more purpose to come in. This is the card that reduces to the Ace of Wands, which is life purpose stuff, and the Wheel. This is an interesting card. This is divine timing. So they're wishing for a lucky break. They're wishing for movement. They're wishing for things to align. They're wishing for your compassion. The red thread is running through this. So they're also wishing that if they need to take space, or if you need to take space, that you still acknowledge that this is a soul connection. So they're hoping that you acknowledge, that you know, that you recognize the level of connection this is, that the connection is secure while they try to find this next motion in their life for their purpose. Yeah, here's that Queen of Pentacles we saw in one of the piles earlier. So this is the living together, creature comforts, wifey material card. So they know this is a connection that could lead to a lot more, but they just have to do things right now. They have to find new employment. They have to end the burden in their lives. What can we see for advice for divine masculines who are back to the drawing board and fearing that their divine feminine won't sense the connection if they have to take space to go and find a new kind of direction in their lives at this point? Four of Wands, divine masculines, you don't have to worry that your feminine won't recognize this connection. This is the 11:11 wake-up call, but it's also marriage and foundation, and it kind of did a flip-flop. I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of come out in the reverse. So feel it within, talk from that place, recognize it in yourself. You can communicate this, divine masculines. You are permitted to have tea with your Empress, to connect, to have a conversation, to speak your mind, to let them know, to say that you recognize this connection, and to ask them firsthand. You don't have to guess, divine masculines. You can communicate. If you feel that you would like your feminine to know that you haven't let go of this connection and that you truly do feel something more here, this is saying you do have the foundation that would warrant expressing that. I'm just seeing a text message saying, can we talk? I'm seeing for some it will say, I love you, can we talk? Aw. What can we see for the action the masculines are taking at this time? Eight of Pentacles again for the third time. This is the card of the specialization, the work, and we get the World. So yes, lots of purpose, lots of motion towards this life purpose out into the world and freeing the mind. So this is partly what's been holding back the connections. There's a conscious recognition that without purpose, without contribution into the world, we lose ourselves and we become trapped and powerless in situations. We lose ourselves into codependency. So divine masculines are recognizing that they can't free your weary mind, divine feminine, for the long run if they still haven't stepped into their own with their life path. What can we see for divine masculines? Advice for this motion to specialize, to contribute, to find a deeper calling, more meaningful work in the world. We get the card of blockage. So again, this is the old armored masculine being schooled by the transparent, vulnerable, open, unguarded masculine. Into the near future, I'm getting February, mid-February, into Pisces season. I got that in one of the readings, one of the piles. There is this motion where divine feminines, you're blindfolded right now, while the masculines really come into their highest timelines by choosing the this is very interesting. They're choosing the version of them that they don't have to hide anymore. They're wanting to be fully honest with who they are into the world. I just watched Mulan just before this reading, and this is the red garb is reminding me of Mulan taking her hair down and being completely transparent for who they are. So yeah, this is interesting. Divine masculines, that's the action where they're becoming their full version, so they can give you that or offer that to their lives right now. Divine feminine, what's the biggest challenge for the masculines? This blockage, this needing to go it alone and figure out who they are without the added distraction of the connection, of karmic scenarios, of the old lives. And yeah, we get this union energy again, the Four of Wands, this foundation that's there but not fully there because things are blocked. For many divine masculines, it might feel unfair right now. It might feel like something has fallen apart, timing's gone crazy. I just heard some of the divine feminine situations have been held up or not moving ahead smoothly. Divine masculines might be feeling like they are crazy, this connection was all in their heads, that something, the universe is out to get them. They might be thinking that just because the divine feminines, something may have come up for the divine feminines that didn't move ahead smoothly. They might be second guessing this connection. So divine masculines, take a deep breath, really look at things in a broader perspective, a bigger picture. The love is here. If circumstances aren't flowing, it doesn't mean you're not supposed to pursue this soul level connection or stay with it. You might be feeling, though, that it's just such uncharted territory. You might be getting that divine gag order. For many masculines, you might not be feeling like it feels appropriate to talk to your feminine. And this is the card of blockage as well. So somebody, masculine or feminine, could have blocked here, or there's an energetic sort of block that's saying it's not quite time yet, so just stay with it. And we get karma. Yeah, so there's still this level of vision coming in for karmic patterns and karma clearing. Masculines, you are overcoming your karma so that you can step onto life purpose. This reading has had so much momentum towards life purpose. Life purpose happens when we overcome karma and we have first-hand solutions and experience to show others how to do it. So it doesn't matter what profession you're in. If you've overcome karma and now you're free of spirit, you will be translating those lessons through whatever it is you're doing, and that will abundantly bless. Whether that just means you can show up and be fully present and contribute to the best of your capacity, your ability, your talents, so be it. If it's in a direct helping, a service, an art, a teaching, a creative outlet, and you are literally teaching others how to move through the same karmas that you've harnessed and overcome, so be it. But there is this motion right now where karma is needing to be seen for what it is. Lessons and patterns and this foundation are needing to be seen for what it is. So dropping down into the heart space and reading the energetics, discerning it, seeing the underlying connectivity of patterns in your life, divine masculines. This is your chance to really have it revealed to you on a deeper level. So what is the advice for the masculines and feminines watching here? This is the legacy. This is the long-term result, the reward. To really see these karmic patterns unlocks this abundance, and it unlocks this legacy, this future energy. This is firm footing. This is solid foundation. This is something built to last. So yeah, right now, divine masculines, you're solving the problem of these deeper disconnect motions that you're seeing where foundations going forward are faulty. This is the challenge, though. You haven't been modeled those examples. You haven't seen it, whether it's, parents or other examples out into the world. You haven't seen that. So the challenge is discerning it and finding it on your own with your connection to source, so that you can lay a solid foundation. What is the spirit guided solution? Looking at balancing things one by one in this higher template. 8 of Swords, freeing the mind, freeing yourself, telling yourself you can do it, you can take the next step, you don't have to succumb to the status quo, you can innovate this, you can succeed here. Yeah, you have the skills you need to do this now. You don't need to keep investing in things that are dead end, that don't feel good. You don't have to water thistle bushes and hope for tasty fruits anymore. You can let that go. You don't have to invest in the things that have felt like you're running up against a brick wall or putting yourself in harm's way. Karmic situations, divine masculines, you don't have to keep trying to have success in those. You can take yourself out of it. I just saw 5656. Okay, what can we see for advice for the masculines who are realizing they don't have to stay in harm's way? They can immediately begin making changes. Wow, yeah, we get 55, 5 and 5, and justice. So, yeah, freeing yourself from situations is justice. Freeing yourself from situations where you have been playing small, staying safe, not growing, not rocking the boat, not leaving certain situations and patterns. You are allowed to. You will find this justice going forward if you seek to balance your whole life out bit by bit. But we do have grieving, looking at the love in the histories that you've experienced, instead of just feeling like nothing ever works out, the victim mentality that we saw the other day. This is saying everything has value that I have lived. I just don't have to hang on to it all at face value. I can look at these triumphant storylines. I can have victory. Here's the 2 standing, the divine counterparts, and this ultimate truth. 5 of Swords is my card of the free will. And this is where you divine masculines can harness your own ability to discern whether or not something is life-affirming or futile, and to really step into the maturity that begins making the maneuvers, the moves in your life that will bring you justice, that will bring you balance, that will bring you into alignment with what is meant for you, your abundance, and these divine connections. I'm reaching for this. What is the advice we can give for the divine feminines watching? Queen of Wands in the reverse. So your divine counterpart is not the only one that has their work cut out for them. You are still up-leveling, glowing up, seeing your spiritual power, being able to up your health. So this is healthy habits and taking care of your temple. This is your energy returning. This is you being spiritually realized, stepping onto more of a path of a healer, more intuitive, channeling as a way of life. This is a beautiful energy. So divine feminines, if you are tempted to say, my divine counterpart isn't doing this or that, bring those exact assessments onto you. Are you mirroring in some way anything that you are able to see that your counterpart might not be fully mastering yet? And for divine masculines watching, what can we see? The Lovers. So keep looking for this higher love. Don't look to the person that is your feminine first off. Look to the higher love and then see how you can celebrate that or identify the higher love within your connection. Don't necessarily just look to your feminine for the answers. You can see the example of this with your counterpart, but see if you can be grateful for spotting this higher love within the actions and words and dynamics with your counterpart, so that you have confidence in the love here, divine masculines, so that you celebrate this even when it looks like things aren't streamlining, or if there seems to be anything frustrating you about what you perceive your counterpart to be doing or not doing in these connections. This is really your eyes being opened to a bigger picture assessment of what's going on here. Okay, many blessings everyone. Bye for now.